Assalamualaikum, hello fellas, welcome back with me, Nurul Maskana, the last presenter of Group 2. In this video, I would like to talk about critical discourse analysis and the World Wide Web. Also, criticism of critical discourse analysis. Check it out! Alright, let's begin with critical discourse analysis and the World Wide Web and criticism. Much of the work in critical discourse analysis draws its discussion from the analysis of often only a few texts which have sometimes been criticized for being overly selective and lacking in objectivity. One way in which the scale of text used for a critical analysis can be expanded is through the use of texts that are available on the World Wide Web, or we know as WWW. Using material from the World Wide Web is not without its problems. However, it is not always possible to identify the source of text on the web. It is also not always possible to determine which texts have more authority on a topic than others on the web. It is also difficult to see sometimes who in fact is writing on the web. Text on the web further also often rely on more than just words to get their message across. Their multimodal nature thus needs to be taken account of any analysis of material from the web. Texts on the web are also more subject to change than many other pieces of writing. Each of these issues needs to be considered when using data from the World Wide Web for a critical or indeed any kind of discourse study, according to Mulder 2005 Part 8. The World Wide Web has however been used productively to carry out critical discourse studies which draw on the strengths of the web's capacity to collect a lot of relevant data, according to Mulder 2005 Part B. Study of the Entrepreneurial University is an example of this. Mulder did a search of the web for the term Entrepreneurial University to see who is using this term, what genres it typically occurs in, and how it is typically used. She used a search engine to do this, as well as carried out to a troll through the websites of 30 top UK universities to find further uses of the term. She also used a reference corpus to see what words entrepreneurially typically collected with outside of the offered particular area of interest. Modner observes that the use of the term entrepreneurial university brings together the discourses of business and economics with the discourse of the university. It is not just the newer, seemingly more commercially driven universities, however, that are doing this. The following example from the Oxford University websites illustrates this.
Oxford is one of Europe's most innovative and entrepreneurial universities, drawing on an 800-year tradition of discovery and invention. Modern Oxford leads the way in creating jobs, skills, and innovation for the 21st century.
The term entrepreneurial university was not, however, used positively in all the texts that Modner examines. On occasions, writers purposely distance themselves from the term by putting scare quotes around these words. Even those who are advocates of the entrepreneurial university also showed they are aware of the potentially continuous nature of the term by adding qualifying statements to their use of it, such as,
"We still care about adduction and society, and it isn't about commercialization."
Studies such as this then show the enormous potential of using the World Wide Web for the critical study of the use of discourse. Now, let's take a look at criticism of critical discourse analysis. Critical discourse analysis has not been without its critics. However, one argument against critical discourse analysis has been that it is very similar to earlier stylistic analysis that took place in the area of literacy criticism. Widdowson, 1998 and 2004, for example, argues that a critical analysis should include discussions with the producers and consumers of text, and not just rest on the analysis views of what a text might mean alone. Meanwhile, others have suggested that critical discourse analysis does not always consider the role of the reader in the consumption and interpretation of a text, sometimes mistaking themselves for a member of the audience the text is aimed at, according to Van Lopen 2004. Critical discourse analysis has also been criticized for not always providing sufficiently detailed and systematic analysis of the text that is exhibits, according to Shogov 1997. To sum up, here are some common criticism of critical discourse analysis. First, subjectivity and ideology. Second, lack of methodological consistency. Third, overemphasis on power and ideology. Fourth, limited generalizability. Fifth, lack of transparency. Sixth, political bias. Seventh, neglect of individual agency. Eighth, complexity and jargon. Ninth, limited practical implications. And 10th, ethical concerns. It's important to note that while criticism discourse analysis has its critics, it also has a substantial body of literature defending its merits and contribution to the field of linguistics and social sciences. Like any research methodology, critical discourse analysis effectiveness and appropriateness can depend on the research tools, the specific context, and the researcher's approach. Okay, that's all about our presentation today. Thank you very much for your great attention in enjoying our video. Let's move to the question and answer section. See you, have a nice day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.